Hello successful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are talking about a movie. Yes, I know that one time I promised you guys that I was going to come here and gist you about a movie I was seeing. Truth be told, I've been very busy and till days I've not finished the movie, but I have seen the movie. I've seen a couple of episodes and I think that okay, come on, why not just come and share with you guys here. So today I'm going to be telling you lessons. There are no numbers to it, but lessons I learned from the movie Atelier. Yes, lessons I learned from the movie Atelier. Now, so Atelier is a movie that is on Netflix. I don't know if it's on YouTube or anywhere, but I saw the movie on Netflix. Atelier is spelled Atelier. I think it's a French word. Sometimes pronounced as Atelier, but I think the right pronunciation is Atelier. And you know, it's a Korean movie. I think it's a Korean movie, and I saw a couple of episodes. I don't know how many now, but I've seen about 10 or 11 of it. And so let me tell you, I stumbled on the video. I'm a kind of person who likes to watch. So if I'm watching movies, I want to watch something that is educational. Sometimes I watch for fun, but most times I prefer something that is educative, calculating, you know, well plotted, excellently delivered. But this particular day, I was looking for something like a documentary about business or fashion. You know, those times when you feel like, oh, let me even watch how other people in other countries see the kind of things I do or how they do them. So I said, okay, now let me try and search. So I think I searched on Google for movies related to fashion, and I saw quite a lot of them. And I think I saw Atelier as well. So I was like, okay, let's check Atelier and see how it is. So the movie it's more of a fashion movie. A woman who owns a lingerie business, so they make underwears, I think brand pants, they make underwears, and she is very good. She has created a brand for herself. Like some people, those are the kind of brands that people are always eager. Sorry, forgive me. People are always eager to work there or to even own a product. You know, it's like all those big designers that you feel, oh, I wish to own this designer's design. So she is that kind of person. She has built the business for a couple of years, and you know, in between that, they show us how customers come in, take measurements, you know, how they organize photo shoots, how they organize runway to get customers, their clients, and even how people work, and even how they create their patterns, the processes, the people that create the patterns, the boss, if she's the one that will pick the lace or the fabrics they will use in making the underwears. So all of that. But while watching all of these things, so I can't say everything I saw in the movie. However, I would recommend that you see this movie, because see, I have a whole this thing came out of my fourth book. So I have a whole which I've not even finished writing. But I'm just going to sharing some of it with you, which I think will benefit you as a fashion designer. So I'm going to start by saying that so there was an intern, there was a lady who really wanted to work in this brand. I forgot the name of the brand now, forgive me, but if you have seen the movie and remember the name of the brand, just write in the comment section. So she really wanted, every time she's going to work, she has the work she's going to she'll pass in front of the store and she'll be like, oh, I wish to work in this store, you know. And finally she had the opportunity, so she went to intern there. Her name is Mayuko Tokita. Of course, I will not have pronounced it well, so please, if you are Korean and you are seeing this video, forgive me. But the name is Mayuko Tokita, and so she was like the main character, not so main, but you know, part of the main character. The first lesson that I wrote down, you know, so even while I was writing this, there were some points, because the lady was an intern, so obviously there will be some time when one of the employees will want to show her some things and tell her, oh, this is what you should do, how you should do it, this is the reason why we are doing this. So the movie itself, it's something that can help you learn, it's something that you can benefit from. So it's very important that you just watch the movie. Really, you will get a lot of things. So let me start. So the first one I wrote here, I said Measuring the human body should require national certification. Doctors, hairstylists require a certain level of certification before they can work on people's body. Designers do almost the same thing. In the process of measuring, we touch some sensitive parts and we are also exposed to their body statistics. So at this point, when I wrote this point, one of the ladies was an old employee of the brand, was discussing with Tokita about so they were measuring somebody, and then the lady was like, fashion design is actually should really be a professional career, in fact something that you should be certified for once you learn a recognized certification, because it's the truth. When you are measuring people, doctors, when they try to touch your body, look at your temperature, they are trying to do a surgery or anything, they get certificates for being able to touch people's body. So it's the same way as a fashion designer, because when you're measuring them, you touch their sensitive parts. Some people are not so comfortable with other people touching them, so sometimes you need to get a certification for that. So she was only just saying that so that people know that fashion design is not just a child's play. In this part of the world, you always feel like, oh, well, she's a fashion designer, oh, but really it's a very, very professional course. Okay, so the next one, she said, I like this one: never stand directly in front of a customer when measuring. It could make her feel uncomfortable. Stand a step off to the side. So this one, when I got this, I started teaching my students, and because when I thought about it, it's true. When you're measuring your clients, first thing that I noticed, yes, it will make them uncomfortable. Another thing is, sometimes you don't even get to view the whole body figure, because when you're measuring your customer, you really need to analyze their structure, their body figure. But when you stand directly in front of them, sometimes you don't get to see the shape. So it's important that, okay, at some point you could stand in front just to see the front view, but most importantly, you also need to check the side. Like, let them stand in front of you and let them stand facing this way and you are facing their side. So it's like they are facing this way, you are facing their side. So it's not like you're standing directly in front of them. So they are standing like this and you are standing like this, and you're not so close to them. So let me put it this way: you're not so close to them like this, but you're at least a step away from them, so you can even see the figure. When you're measuring your hip measurements, you want to check the fullest part. You can't see the fullest part by standing in front of your customer. You have to see it by standing beside them. So when you stand beside them, you can easily see that shape. So which makes it really, really reasonable that you shouldn't stand right in front of your customer when measuring. In fact, even when when it's only when you're discussing that you can say, okay, you want to stand in front of them, but sometimes you should just stand by the side. Not all customers are very, very bold, so some of them would feel immediately uncomfortable when you are standing right in front of them. So please, I think that's a great point to note. So the next one, for the measuring tape, the zero should be on the left and kept short. I really don't know why. So what that means is, let me grab my tape. My tape is angry. Okay, so what that means is, this is your zero. This is your zero here, and what they are saying is it should just hang. So I use a 120 inches tape. I don't know if this particular point will work for it, but it's what they say is it should be kept short at this side and the longer part should be on your, so this is my left hand, and then the 0 point should be shorter. So it's not like you're trying to make it equal like this. One should be short at this point. And I think the reason why they said that is because so that when you want to measure, you probably can easily pull it this way. So it's not like you're trying to look for it down, drag down and pull up. So it's short enough, and then you can easily go like this. There's a way they take the measuring tape. You need to see that movie. There's a way they take the measuring tape off, and they just take it like this. And I think I don't know if I can remember now. So but something like this and like this. Something like this. I do like this. It makes it look very, very professional. I can't remember if that's how they did it now, but I know that it was quite dramatic. Maybe like this, or sorry, maybe like this. But anyway, the main point, forgive me for diverting. The main point is just keep it short. 0 point, keep it short by the left. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Make it easy to pull the measuring tape. Okay, so next one, the tape should never touch the floor. You are going to use it on your customer. Yes, and this one, in fact, I've started learning it. first point I'll even add is don't always throw your tape on the floor. Sometimes it falls off and you don't know, but always keep pickies, because this always lands on your customer's body most of the time, so you want it to be as clean as possible. So even when you are dragging, sometimes even when we put it around, like people like us that use 120 inches tape, the rest is still flowing on the floor. So most times now I've learned to just always double it around my neck. So of course, which might not let the previous points valid, but I mean, you don't want to have your tape rolling down all the way on the floor. So, but majorly don't let it be on the floor. It's going to be on your customer's body. You don't want them wearing white, and then by the time you put the tape all around, their clothes is dirty. So next point, in order to satisfy, so what I did was I picked points related to fashion and those related to business, because this lady has years of business experience, and so there were also some valid points she was pointing out. There were times when they had issues with the brand, where they went bankrupt, someone stole the idea, all of those things, you know, just a lot of things. So I jotted those that are business related and fashion related. So some of the ones I'll be saying now might not be fashion related, because it's just business related. So another point is yes, in order to satisfy a customer's need, you need experience, not art. You need skill learned through accomplishments. For that, the customer gives you their money and their trust. What can you offer that is worth their money and their trust? So I think I got this on a point where a customer walked in, she wanted to make a lingerie, and then so the intern, which is Tokita, was trying to, you know, she was trying to impress the boss. So she's like, I can get a customer, I can do this, I can attend to them, allow me. But the boss is like, you don't know anything here, just go and sit down. So they just always only just tell her to go on errands or go and do deliveries. They don't allow her attend to a client. But this particular day, she was the only one left in the store, and the customer walked in. So what she did was take the customer's measurements. Their brand is expensive, so that's one thing to note. But so what happened was, the customer that walked in, just like they admired the store, but the money they got for her was very expensive. But so what Tokita did was, she was trying to measure her, you know, do everything, but she doesn't have so much experience. And then the truth is, she has never worn that kind of lingerie before, that kind of underwear before. She has never worn expensive underwears before. So she was only just trying to convince the customer based on, oh, just buy, we sell quality, you know, our lace, our quality, this and that. So she was just, it's just like when I've not tested a product, but I'm talking about it. You know, there's a difference between when I've actually used the product, I've experienced it, then I can talk about it based on experience, rather than just saying it because I've seen it somewhere, I admire it, but I've not worn it to see how I feel in it, how comfortable I am, how lovely I feel, the comfort it gives me. So I can't talk based on that. I'll only talk based on what I have seen. So that was what the boss was trying to explain to her, because at the end of the day, the customer actually canceled the order because she felt, oh, it's too expensive. But you know, there's a way you can convince someone even when something is expensive. But she didn't have that skill of convincing them, because she has never experienced or used that product before. So they said it's important for you that don't just have a word of mouth, whatever you are selling, whatever you are using. So if you are a fashion designer, you try and sew for yourself as well, and see how you feel when you wear your dresses. How do you feel? Do you feel excited? Do you feel on top of the world? Do you feel comfortable? You know, so when you see that, and try and give yourself the best as well, because I know sometimes we designers, we try to just, which is my own, let me just sew. Everybody does that. Okay, no, I think everybody does that, but so but once in a while, try to give yourself that. You know, today I bought one of the dresses I made for a project. Like, I paid so much attention to details to it. It's my dress, and I felt so good. Yeah, I felt so good. So please always pay attention to that. And whatever, like, I sell sewing tools products as well, and one thing I know I do is I try to use them before I put them out. I try to use them. You might not be able to use all, but if I put out 100% of my product, trust me, I've used like 99% of it to see how they actually are. And some that I didn't use, maybe it's something that it's just like maybe I'm selling fabric now. I don't need to use the fabric, except for example, like calico. Calico is just for practice and everything, so I might not need to use it because I use it normally before. Okay, but I think most of my products I use them before sending them out. So whatever I'm saying it from my ass. I know how to convince you because I've used it before. All right, let's move to the next point. So the next one says, try to think about your customer every time you're trying to make a sale. Yes, so most times I think what we do is, because in place of thinking of them, you actually pay attention to their needs. Yes, in place of thinking of them, you pay attention to their needs. But when you think of yourself and about how to make money, you don't care. It's like you don't care about them. So for example, it's like when someone is saying, I need a dress form, I actually have to do this, and I have some. So if they say I need a dress form, and maybe I'm just pointing out all I say, oh, buy this one, why exactly should they buy that particular one? So sometimes I go the extra mile to ask, okay, because there's a dress on there. We have a video on this YouTube channel that explains when you're having issues with which dress form or mannequin to buy, how to know which dress form or mannequin to buy. So you can check through our videos, you see that particular video. That, I think that was one of the reasons why I made the video, because one subscriber asked which kind of dress form they should buy, or maybe one of my customers asked which kind of dress form they should buy, or how to know which one. And I felt, okay, these are the things that you really need to look out for when buying a dress form. And buying dress form or mannequins are customized to you and your business, not about, oh, what is this person using or what is in the market. So you have to look at what will work for your business, and there are some things that you should look out for. I said a lot of that in that video, so please, and I also maybe drop the link in the description box. I hope I remember, but if I don't, just check through our videos, you see it's there. So let's move to the next point. So another one says, treat even the least order with so much respect, professionalism. Most importantly, always let them live with a feeling of confidence and self-worth. This is one thing I've learned over time. So most times vendors might feel, oh, how much things. I have customers that buy things worth hundreds of thousands, 200,000, 500,000. So if you are coming and you're saying you're buying something for 1,000 naira, why should I waste my time on you? Why should I treat you so well? And the truth is, some people who buy the least can bring you the most customers. Yes, some people who buy the least can, and sometimes they can even give that word of mouth and start talking to everybody like, oh, because personally I think some of these customers expect that you treat them bad, because they feel like, oh, we know you, that you have high paying customers, so if we are coming to pay you small money, you might not really treat us well. But when you now treat them well, be like, wow, so she treated me well like this, even with this small amount, so let me do well. And they will even get to talk about you to other people in a good way. So that's one thing that I've also learned and I'm still working on. So regardless of the price, regardless of whatever the person is buying, even if it's 5 naira, treat them with courtesy, give them the service you still give others, the professionalism and everything. Okay, let's move to the next point. So another one says, beauty is a weapon, gives you boldness to speak. Okay, excuse me. Okay, beauty is a weapon, gives you boldness to speak and confidence to walk into a room unashamed. So I think the woman was trying to also let the lady know, I mean the boss was trying to let the intern know that, because that one doesn't really dress so well, she just always casual about her dressing. So the boss was trying to let her know that for you to be able to stand in this industry, sometimes they go for interviews, and she wants all her employees to be well dressed, because she knows how you feel when you are well dressed. You're putting on that heel, that makeup, that hair, that dress. You feel yourself that you are beautiful. Like, even before anybody says it that you are beautiful, you feel, that you are beautiful. Of course, all of that is not what makes you beautiful, but when you do that, sometimes you feel that, oh, it's obvious that people think or know that I'm beautiful. So she was trying to let her know that beauty is a weapon, and it is true. It's the truth though. Ask ladies that are very beautiful, sometimes they don't get to pay for things because of beauty, because they are just beautiful. They'll just enter a bus and they're like, oh, don't worry, let me pay for you. Sometimes they'll, all those, you guys know all those things. So it's a weapon as well. Sometimes even when you walk into a place where you need to queue for something, when they see that you are beautiful, they can just give you that special treatment. It happens. That's the truth. So sometimes you have to dress well. You don't have to go the all the way or over the board, but see it as a weapon that allows you walking. I remember I once share a story about me. I wanted to go to the market one time. So most of the time I go to the market, I just dress casually. So this particular day, in fact, I just dressed anyhow. And even me, I knew that as I was leaving the house, I knew, this cloth, there was nothing wrong with it. It's not like the cloth was torn or anything. But I was not feeling so confident in the clothes. I was like, this cloth was going to bring down my confidence today. There's a way you dress and you can talk to anybody with so much confidence, and there's a way you dress and you just don't talk with anybody, please, because you feel like when people look at you from afar, they think that who is this person, So but this particular day, so I felt like the dress I was wearing, I was not so confident in it. So I was just going like, anything that happens today, whoever will talk to me anyhow, I'll just take it like that. And so as I was going, I was already feeling down. The confidence was zero, on a low level. And then, so as I was going, I walked past a building that had a glass. I'm about to hype myself now. I walked past a building that had a glass, and as I walked past, I just turned. I almost didn't want to, because I didn't want to. I was not sure what I was going to see in the mirror, whether I would still feel so uncomfortable about the dress. I just looked at the mirror, and the first thing I caught was my face. Like, I was not even now looking at the dress. I caught my face. I was like, what a beauty. What? And I was like, and the truth be told, I'm not exaggerating. My confidence level was low before I checked that mirror. When I checked that mirror, regardless of what I was wearing, my confidence level zoomed up. It zoomed up, and I didn't just know. At that point, I realized that beauty itself is a weapon. Like, it could help you. I was not putting on makeup. I was just looking really naturally beautiful that day. And when I saw it, my spirit was just lifted. It was not as if I changed my dress, as if it was not that dress I was wearing again. So let me not stay so much on that point. That's just something you must know. Okay, so another thing is aesthetics and sense of balance. A skilled designer must possess that aesthetics and sense of balance. So it's important for you to know when to balance. Sometimes I do say something like, sometimes when you're making a design, you might probably need to remove some things to balance, or add some things to balance. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to explain that in a totally different video, because it's a whole lot of talk. But you must know how to balance and how to add the aesthetics together. Okay, so another point is, when creating designs, you create with the customer in mind. This is also important for fashion designers, especially if you are not doing even if you are doing ready to wear, or you are doing bespoke, anything you are doing. Understand, I always teach my students that when you are creating a design, first understand your customer. Know who they are, know what they like, know where they are going with that outfit, know the thing, how they want to feel in the dress, the kind of story they, when you're, for example, when you're starting a celebrities dress based on the story they want to give you. So if they want to look to you as though they are an expensive person, they dress like that. If they want to look like, they are a very crazy person, they dress like that. If they want to make it look like, they are very calm and just private person, they are just classy and all of that, they also dress. So dressing sometimes comes with a story. It creates a story as well, their outlook and everything. So it's important that you know who you are dressing. You might not have to say, I want to spend 1 week with the person to know their character, their favorite food. No, you don't need all of that. But even mere looking at them and interacting with them for a while, you get an idea of who this person is. Okay, so let's go to the last point. There has to be a story behind every product you make. I think I've just said this before what I said. There has to be a story behind every product you make. So it means when you have a story for each product, it means you put your mind to that product when making it, because you can easily tell the story as you were making the product. So this is not the end of everything I learned, but so far all the episodes I've seen, these are some of the things I jotted down. I am going to come back. There's going to be a part 2 to this, and I'm going to come back to tell you more of it. But please subscribe so that you don't miss the part 2. The part 2 will be dropping very, very soon. And once you see this video, tell me what you'll be doing. Tell me what you'll be doing. I said that you'll be putting your tape left side, 0, short part, or you not stand in front of your customers again. Tell me something you find exciting about this video. If you want us to do more movie reviews on fashion, let me know. Like those videos, share it, oh, very important. Share to your friends, let them start looking out at how other people do things in the fashion industry, even people that are not in their country. Subscribe, that's the only way you get to keep seeing these videos and encourage me as well. All right, successful people, see you again in the next video. Bye bye.